Oh, I see you, sheep. I see you. Ooh, don't see you anymore. Hey, what is up, ladies and gents? My name is Jaden of Populi, and today we are here for a 1.6.4 mod showcase. Today we are going to be reviewing the Spellbound mod done by Wild Bama Boy for 1.6.4. He actually made this in Mod Jam 3 of 2013, so it's a really shortly made mod, but it's really amazing. Basically what this mod does is it adds in a whole bunch of spells that, that was embarrassing. So as I was saying, essentially what this mod does is it adds in a whole bunch of spells that you can craft differently that will just enhance your gameplay, and it's really amazing. It was a short mod made in just a few hours, so let's check this out. Without any further ado, let's get started. Wow! So the first thing that you should know is that the base item for this mod is a blank tablet. Now this is basically going to be used to make magic runes, and how we will craft it is with 4 pieces of clay. That's right, you need 4 pieces of clay, and from now on you're going to need a lot of blank tablets, so you're going to need like stacks on stacks of clay. Stacks of clay and stacks of clay and stacks of clay and stacks of clay and stacks and clay. Is anybody else craving bacon, or is it just me? So anyways, once you have your first blank tablet, you're going to want to create 3 more and put a book in the middle, and that will give you the Spellbound book. Now this book of spells, this book right here will be your guide to the entire world of Spellbound. So once we right click on it, we can see that it gives us the table of contents, tells you what mushrooms do, and it also tells you about all the different spells. Well, the fact that there is 65 pages should really give you an idea that this book is pretty important for this mod. Now here we have your basic mushrooms that you can find from the Spellbound mod. First off, we have the red and orange mushroom, the pink and orange mushroom, and the blue and gray mushroom. These 3 variants will grow naturally as long as they have dirt and air. No, they do not need light or lack of light, and you can find these naturally. Now what you want to do with these is take 2 of them in any combo and place them together, and eventually a new mushroom will spawn beside them because you are breeding mushrooms. And no, this is not a drug mod. No. And eventually what will result is that you get a new species of mushroom based on these 3. Now there are also many other mushrooms which we will take a look at right now. So if we head into the Spellbound Creative tab, we can see that there is the red-orange mushroom, the pink-orange mushroom, and the blue-gray mushroom. But if we breed a certain combination of these together, we can get fire mushrooms or other types of mushrooms with elements or other qualities to them. Now you'll note that all of these can be bred, and the effects of them and how to use them and how to obtain them can be found in the Book of Spells. Now it's worth noting that the white mushroom, when placed beside, say, a fire mushroom, will create another fire mushroom. So this white mushroom is like the ditto of breeding Pokemon. What you do is you take your white mushroom and you plant it beside the mushroom you desire to clone, and you will get another mushroom. That being said, let's take a look at what we can do with these mushrooms. That being said, this mod does come with a guidebook for a reason, due to the fact that there are like a bajillion different recipes. So as a result, I'm just going to show you one example of how to get a certain rune or spell, and we will go from there. So here we have one of the most basic combinations, 4 fire mushrooms and a blank tablet, and that will give you a fire rune, but don't rest quite yet. The fire rune is not final. You can't really use this as a spell. We're going to use it in the next recipe here, which is Fireball level 2, denoted by the ball of what I assume is fire in this rune. So we're going to take our fire rune and surround it with 8 redstone. Now if you surround this with 4 redstone, you're going to get the flaming hands rune, which is a different one, but we will take a look at that later. So what we do with this is we craft it all together in a crafting bench, and we will get the fireball rune. So let's take a look at how the runes work. So heading into an explosion friendly area, we are going to test out the fireball rune, and in a second I'm going to spawn some sheep for us to test it on. So now that we have some volunteers, or should I say victims, we're going to test out the fireball rune. So all runes work the same. Essentially they work like a bow. You right click, draw them back, and you will hear a ping sound as soon as it's done charging, and you release in the area that you need to use. So here I will let go, and bam! These guys are getting hurt by the fireball, and the babies are all dead. Obviously, because this is a very basic rune, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but yeah. So all of the runes do have different casting times. In the creative mode, there is no casting time, so I can just right click really quickly and go like that, and So hopefully now that you have the basic idea of how to make a rune, that being create a blank tablet, breed your mushrooms, create a elemental tablet, and then fuse it with the required item to create a rune, let's take a look at what we can actually achieve with this mod. So heading into the Spellbound tab, we can see that there are a bunch of different mushrooms, so you're going to need to learn about that from the Book of Spells. Now these are the different elements: fire, cold, lightning, summon, blah 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 blah, divination. So there's a bunch of different types of spells. Now what we have here is the fireball, which was level 2, which is what I demonstrated to you. There's a lot of basic ones like the lightning bolt. There's also a greater fireball, which is very dangerous because it does explode and can damage things. Additionally, we have things like summoning, and we also have shields like so, which will defend you from random outbursts of like different things. So let's just grab a few of these and I will see you and I will show you how these work. First we'll start with the lightning bolt that I used in the intro. So just to show the full effects of this, I'm going to go into game mode 0 so that you can see that I am in survival mode. I will let go and bam! So hopefully you heard the ping sound. As you can see, these runes are one use, so they are quite expensive and costly, and you should use them only in a dire situation. Now what we have here is the Elemental Fury, which combines 3 different elements when you attack something. So, charging. And now that you hear the ping, release, and bam, he is dead. He was attacked by a lot of things. That was unfortunate. But not really, because he was a sheep. Now here we have another cool one called Panic Room. What you do is when you're in a tight spot or you like sense a creeper, you just right click this, or I guess you cast it. And you know, when it's ready and charged up, which could be a while, you let go and you are suddenly in a room full of bedrock, so you will be safe and you can, in theory, escape. This room will act like a tree, so essentially, as you can see, the room is starting to decay. This is just to protect you from immediate attacks, or if you just need a second to clear out your inventory somehow, or whatever. So as you can see, this won't stay in your world forever, because that would totally suck if you were trapped in here forever. But anyway, let's move on. Here we have the Transport Rune. Now this one is definitely one of my favorites. By right-clicking, charging up, and letting go, it's essentially like an ender pearl that does not get affected by gravity. So as you can see, I'm up in this tree and I can't get down. Alright, we'll hop down here. Now this one is a summoning rune. In this mod, you can summon a wolf, a skeleton, or a wither skeleton, which I think is pretty cool, but I chose the wolf in this case. I just right-click, right-click, charge up, and bam! I instantly have a loyal dog to kill sheeps for me. Because you know what? Sheeps are evil, and wolves are good. Wolves are good, sheep are evil. Alright, now we will check out advanced time. So as you can see here, I've planted some seeds, and if I use my advanced time and wait for it to charge up, I release and bam, see, time has passed and of course my crops have grown. So this is a great way to get food, especially if you have a gigantic farm. I wouldn't necessarily say that it is cheaper than bone meal, but it's definitely much more effective. And now we have something far more basic and cost effective, the wall of stone. So what I'm going to do is basically right click and bam, creates a wall of stone. Now obviously I am in game mode 1 right now, but as you can see, you could definitely use this to create a, I guess, quick firehouse. So as you can see, if I fire upwards, it created a ceiling, albeit a little ghetto. And you should note that certain spells do not fire at angles, so it's either this way, or that way. But it should be fairly self-explanatory. So say if I had like 5 of these and I just carried them on hand, I would constantly always have a pre-prepared shelter, and I would be safe, and it would be beautiful, and I would be safe. And finally, we have the flight rune. So if I charge this one up, which does take a while, as you can see, I'm essentially flying. I'm floating. It's nice. Look at me. I'm nice. I'm floating, and I can, yeah, it kind of expires after a while. But then you go up again, and it says, note in the chat that it says flight will dispel in 10 seconds, so you definitely don't want to be flying over a huge ravine when this wears out, because you will definitely take fall damage and it will hurt you and you will die. Note, it is important to know that spells do also have power surges, which may have adverse effects. This may include random blindness, random damage being taken, and etc, etc. Occasionally when using a rune, it will backfire. Be careful. Now of course, that was just a sampling of the one of many amazing runes in this mod called Spellbound, done by Wild Bama Boy. As we can see here, in the Spellbound tab, there are a whole bunch of runes that you can go through, and it's a lot of fun stuff. I just didn't have enough time to show all of it in this mod showcase, but make sure to check out this mod that was made in just 55 hours. I don't think I could do this in like 55 days. It would take me a long time. Sheep, stop eating behind me. I can see your butt. Go away. Anyhow, ladies and gents, this has been the 1.6.4 mod showcase for the Spellbound mod done by Wild Bama Boy on the Minecraft forums. Make sure you go and check it out. Tell him I said hi and that I sent you to get the download. Make sure to support this mod and put it in your bookmarks, whatever. I really hope you enjoyed this mod, ladies and gents. I enjoyed making the showcase. And if we look to the left of the screen, we can see the names of 100 people. Now these people are the people who have subscribed in the past. I wanted to feature them because they are cool. Now note that if you subscribe in the next I don't know, little while, your name will show up in a future video, so make sure you stay tuned for that, ladies and gents, and join that Vox Populi. But anyways, ladies and gents, I just wanted to let you know that I'm sorry I have been gone for a while. You've been gone for 4 weeks! Okay, I get the point. I've been gone for a little while. Basically, the reason that I was gone is because of exams, and school, of course, is a first priority for me as I am not yet a grown-up. Whoa, big shock there. And yes, I have also switched from RPM to Curse Network, which I believe will be a good step for me, so please continue to support me in the channel. I would love it if you did, ladies and gents. But anyways, if you like what you see, and you see what you like, and you like who I be, keep the love alive, favorite, comment, and subscribe. It really does help, ladies and gents. My name is Jaden of That Vox Populi, and until the next video, make sure you stay classy. Follow us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, and stalk us in real life. And until then, I will see you next time. Stay classy, ladies and gents. Bye-bye. Oh, and make sure to download the updated Vox pack, the res pack that I'm using right now, today. Link is available in the description below along with everything else, and it has been updated for 1.7.2.